Good morning. This is a great day. This is an exciting day. Metra is excited about what's happening here, what has happened here, and what will continue to happen in this community as we partner. So we're going to get this show on the road. I'm Janice R. Thomas. I'm going to be your MC today. And I understand from Mayor Clark that I have the task of keeping this thing rolling because he's a very time-conscious gentleman, and I promise you, I'm going to do my very best so that you can give me an A at the end of this. We're going to start off with opening remarks from our CEO, Mr. Jim Dewinski. Jim, can you come and take the podium?
Well, thank you, and good morning to everyone. Welcome to Metra. Day like today, here it is, October, almost end of October, almost 80 degrees. We've got an incredible project here. This doesn't even feel like work today. So I hope you all enjoyed as much as I do when we get to do station dedications. And again, only in Harvey could I get this kind of weather because we had the same kind of very beautiful weather uncharacteristically 2 years ago when we did the groundbreaking. So thank you, Janice, for emceeing today. I'll do my best to try to stay on target, but I know where you work. We certainly have a distinguished group of officials with us here today, but I first want to recognize our board chair, Romaine C. Brown, in the front row here. And from Southern Cook County, our incoming vice chair, Paul Ruffin. Quite simply, this project doesn't get done without a true village of people helping out. And that's why you're going to see a lot of speakers here today, because this is that transformational to this community and to the region that we serve. There's so many people involved in seeing this thing through in success. We have Congresswoman Robin Kelly. There we go. I'm going to go in this kind of order. Senator Napoleon Harris, the third. Representative Will Davis, the Honorable Mayor Christopher Clark, who's got his name right behind me on this big sign here. He wants to take pictures with him later. IDOT Director Jason Osborne, RTA Chairman Kurt Dillard, Cook County Transportation of Superintendents and Superintendent of Highways and Transportation, Sis Killen. And with us today also we have three RTA board members, Mike Lewis, Liz Gorman, and somewhere's John Yonan. Usually, where's John? Oh, right there, okay. So today again, we also have one other distinguished group of people I want to recognize, and that's our riders. And that's because for 2 years, we actually shut this station down. We said, you got to go to one of the adjacent stations, and they did. And I think that time paid off very well. It helped us accelerate the process. And what almost like a Christmas present. They get to come back and see something that didn't look anything like it did before. So for our riders, I want to give a big round of applause for their contribution to this and their patience. All right. And then finally, I think what I like to just always say is this is a gateway to Metra, a gateway to many possibilities that public transportation can take people to. It's also a gateway back home. I'm so excited to announce yesterday our first trains actually picked up passengers here. We've got people in the parking lot, and Pace put its stop back on right here, right outside the station yesterday as well. This is all going to come together, Mayor. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Janice, trying to keep everybody on time. And thank you again very much for being here.
Thank you, Jim, for those wonderful remarks. Now I have the pleasure of introducing Romaine C. Brown, who's our chair, who has been an awesome chair and she was here when we kicked off this station. And I know she's super excited because I believe this is your station. Now you will be able to ride now again?
Yes.
Okay. Give a hand for our chair, Romaine C. Brown.
Good morning. I'd just like to echo what Jim and Janice both said. This is a gorgeous day for a great event, and nothing can be more exciting in the Southland suburbs than a ribbon cutting here in Harvey. So, Mayor, thank you for partnering with us and getting this done. We really appreciate it. It's also a nice exclamation point to the end of my tenure as the Metro Board Chair to celebrate the reopening of the station. Completing a project is always cause for celebration, of course, But this station holds a little extra meaning to me because it's the closest metro station to my home. As you can see, the work includes an elevator that makes the station accessible to people with disability, a new covered staircase, a kiss and ride lane, bike parking, and a new platform covered by canopies to protect riders from the elements. We hope the station will serve as a safe, comfortable, welcoming gateway to our system and to the city of Harvey. But this isn't the only station that's being rehabbed on the Metro Electric line. 3 other stations, 79th Street, 103rd Street, and the Homewood station are currently under construction. Work will soon begin on 3 more, 87th, 95th, and the South Water entrance of Millennium. And a little bit further in the future, we'll be working on several others, including Van Buren Street and the Harvey Transportation Center just south of here. It's all part of the multi-year, multi-million-dollar plan to transform numerous stations on the line, with an emphasis on making them accessible to persons with disability and making them comfortable and welcome for all our customers. Finally, I want to thank all of our partners here today. I am pleased and honored to share the podium with you, and I want to express my deepest gratitude to you for being true friends of Metro. Let's keep the Southland moving. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for those wonderful remarks. We also like to acknowledge that you have some family and friends here with you today. Can y'all just wave your hands? At this time, I would like to bring up Paul E. Ruffin. He's a board member, but as Jim has stated, he is also the incoming vice chair of the Metro Board. Give him a hand as he comes. And this is one of his stations that's in his purview. I just want you all to know where the phone calls should go.
You can reach me at 555-5555. No. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I want to make sure I thank all of our wonderful dignitaries and elected officials for being here. Mayor Clark, always good to see you. I want to make sure I thank everyone from RTA for visiting here this morning and being with us, Chairman Dillard and the crew. I want to thank all of Metro staff and administration. Always excellent to see Madam Chair Brown, Executive Director Dewinski. But I also want to play a special thank you to the Harvey Police and our Metro Police officers who always do such a wonderful job in protecting facilities like this and protecting the ridership. Can we give them a hand, please, and recognize them? I am a Homewood resident, so I am looking forward to our Homewood station getting caught up to this beautiful station here and this perfect day that we had. Before, I know Janice is giving me the eye, so blessed are the brief. I'll now be reading Janice from my spontaneous remarks. It's always a great day when we can celebrate the completion of a construction project that improves the riding experience for all of our customers and makes the station accessible to everyone. So I too want to thank the partners who helped make this work possible. And I also want to thank our riders for their patience as we made these improvements for them. So it's exciting to know that this is just one of the many improvements being made at this time. I look forward to many more groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings and many more days of celebration as we invest in the future of this line and our system. So most importantly, my largest thank you goes out to the residents here. Like I said, thank you for your patience and everything you've done, and we're looking forward to keep improving things for you and for our ridership. So thank you very much. Janice?
Thank you, Director Ruffin, and it's nice to know you can be brief. This is my distinct pleasure to introduce the Honorable Robin L. Kelly, U.S. Representative for the 2nd District. Come on up.
Good morning, everyone. I am a little upset today that Romaine and Janice didn't tell me I could wear my Converses too. I think. But thanks everyone for being here. I just feel like I'm with a lot of family and friends and former colleagues, and it's just great to see everybody, people I used to work with. It's an honor for me to be your representative in Washington and to bring back federal dollars that directly impact residents of the 2nd Congressional District. This project, funded by the Rebuild Illinois program, the federal Transition administration in Cook County shows a collaboration between all levels of government, and it shows how important it is. I know this project has been a long time coming. Residents have been patient. As you've heard, this station has been closed for more than 2 years, and the first upgrades in 30 years. That is amazing. Passengers will now have a completely different experience at the Metra Station. There's an elevator to make the station accessible, a new covered staircase, improved walking pathways, and perhaps most importantly during the winter, warming shelters and a canopy on the platform. Public transportation is often key to physically connecting people to job opportunities, doctor's appointments, education, and more. When we invest in public transportation, we invest in our communities, and today is a step forward in the right direction. And I just want to give a shout out to Metra. You know it's personal to me. My grandson absolutely loves you guys to death, and you have been so wonderful to him, and he told all the other transportation, PACE, CTU, Amtrak, that Metra was the GOAT. So thank you.
Can't get a better endorsement than that. Thank you, Congresswoman Kelly. At this time, I would like to bring up the Honorable William Davis, Illinois State Representative for the 30th District. Representative Davis.
Good morning, everyone. I am Will Davis. I rep the 30th District, so welcome to the 30th District here. As I was sitting there and I looked at the podium, I noticed a sign here that says My Metra. Well, I'm a firm believer that this is indeed My Metra. My office in East Hazelcrest is right across the street from the Calumet station. So when I go downtown, I walk across the street and I jump on Metra. So I'm a frequent rider of Metra to get downtown and then utilizing other forms of public transportation to move around the city. We're certainly pleased that Metra has taken the time to invest in our communities here in the Southland, particularly with this station and others yet to come. University Park is a little out of my district, but I'm sure that's somewhere on the list. And if it's not, then it should be on the list, if you will. But I can say that because I ride Metra. And so when I go to Governor's State, it's easy for me to jump on the Metra heading south. And the last time that I did that a few months ago and walked through the University Park station, clearly it's a station that's in need of some investment. But while we're waiting to get there, we're here today, and we appreciate Metra's effort in investing in our community. To everyone that participated in that, I had a chance to talk with the gentleman from IHC, David, I believe, standing there in the back. He told me that they attained 30% minority participation on this project, which is usually our goal. We always want to do more, and maybe there are opportunities to talk about how we do more and how we do better, but certainly 30%, which a goal that they achieve, is a great goal to have. To our mayor, who is working very hard to try to bring the city of Harvey back to its prominence that it once was. He and I can speak to that directly because he and I both grew up in Harvey, so we remember those days. But we appreciate the investment and the effort that it's taking to get us back to where we once were. To Metra, again, thank you very much for your considered investment in our communities. Another part of this conversation, while we're making these capital investments, is what we're calling the mass transit conversation. I am fortunate enough to be a House member of the Democratic Working Group to deal with mass transit, and we've been meeting consistently on Mondays. We just recently heard from RTA and the service boards and others about what we need to do to reform our mass transit system so that investments like this don't go unused because we can't afford to run as many trains or we can't afford to have as many buses on the roadway. So there's a huge conversation. For those of you who are there and you utilize public transportation, make sure that you reach out to folks like me to let us know how you are feeling about the services that you are receiving and to give me insight on what it's going to take to make sure that those services continue and that they improve to meet your needs. Public transportation, I think, as Congresswoman Kelly said, is the key to jobs as well as entertainment. We use this to get downtown and other places so we can go to concerts. We use this and other forms of transportation so that we can get to work every day. If we can't continue to provide a high level of service and the amount of service necessary, it's going to have an impact across the board. And we need to recognize that and work hard to make sure that we are doing everything possible to make sure that the state provides adequate resources, that the counties provide adequate resources to make sure that we can continue high-level services on all of our service boards. So with that, as Janice is looking at me as well, let me say thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Representative Davis, for your passion to public transportation, and we can hear from your speech that you are committed to do what we need to do to make sure that we are properly funded as we move forward. Next, I would like to bring up the Honorable Napoleon Harris III. He is the Illinois State Senator for the 15th District.
Good morning. I am Napoleon Bill Harris III, the Senator of the 15th Legislative District. Welcome to the 15th District. They said, I was always taught, they said, you don't want to go after a pastor, a politician, or the good Reverend Will Davis. So I'm going to be very brief. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. As you can see, today is October 29th, and it is 75 degrees, hopefully 80 at some point today. But we're here for a great celebration because we are happy and proud that Metra and all their supporting cast and all the people that worked so well together in this project saw fit for the investment to be right here in the great city of Harvey, and the leadership with Mayor Clark and his staff, and Congresswoman Kelly said it best. This is what happens when you collaborate with all levels of government. When you talk about state government with myself and Representative Davis, you talk about federal government with Congresswoman Kelly, you talk about Metra, and you talk about the city of Harvey's government and the county government. You bring all those pieces together, and this is the fruits of the labor. And I'm excited because this train station represents a lot for this community, but more importantly, it represents a lot for the South suburban communities that it houses. I remember approximately 10 to 15 years ago, this lot was crowded from the front to the back. And we're looking for that in the future. We know that ridership is down. We've all experienced and survived COVID, which took a tremendous hit on public transportation and just our lives in general. But now today we have something to be very proud of because people care. People are invested in our communities, and they want to see this community and other communities like this thrive and prosper. So I want to say to the Metra Board, to the RTA, to everyone involved, thank you for your investment, thank you for your diligence, and thank you for the support in bringing a first-class Metra station here to the ridership. And we're looking forward to more ribbon cuttings like this in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Harris. And if we were having church, we could have a morning speaker, Representative Davis, and an afternoon speaker, Senator Harris. And to top it all off, we could have the opening of the revival with the next speaker I'm going to bring up, the Honorable Christopher J. Clark, Mayor, City of Harvey. Give him a hand.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, then I am going to start a revival because I want to start off by saying that God is the center of my life. And as the leader of a wonderful city such as this, we are extremely blessed to have all of you here. I am going to make my remarks extremely brief. So, Rep. Davis, Senator Harris, y'all take notes on this one. Okay. Thank you. Thank you to every last one of you for everything that you have done to make this possible. If I were to go down the line of every single person who was involved to bring this to fruition, we would be here several hours, if not several days. And honestly, to tell you the last and probably the least person who's responsible for this is me. It's only because of you that this thing is happening. And on behalf of the people who live in the city of Harvey, and behalf of the people who are the riders from the region, on behalf of all of those people who just needed a symbol of hope to be able to say to them that things can get done in the city of Harvey, we say thank you. And that's all I have to say, except for one thing that I got to quote a little bit earlier today, and he'll know what I'm talking about. This is a world-class station for a world-class city. And we are going to look forward to seeing so much more done here in the city of Harvey. Thank you so much. God bless you, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mayor Clark. At this time, I would like to bring up Jason Osborne, the Director of Office of Intermodal Project Implementation for IDOT. Give him a hand.
Good morning. Thank you so much. I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to be here with everyone right in front of me. This has been an amazing morning already. On behalf of Secretary Osmond, and now I have to be faithful to his comments, by the way. On behalf of Secretary Osmond and the whole 5,000 or so of us at IDOT, we want to thank you for inviting us to share in this event. I want to recognize our transit team. There's a lot of mechanizations within all the money. So Sean Reese, my deputy director, and a few of my staff here, Amanda Phillips and others are in crowd. Thank you so much. Projects like this would not be possible for all the rank and file people within all of our organizations to make it happen. I want to extend my gratitude to Mayor Clark. You are the champion of this project. Keeping the focus of all these agencies in that leadership it's difficult, and greatly appreciate it. This is an incredible asset for the community. Back in 2019, with the help of the legislature, Governor Pritzker signed Rebuild Illinois into law. That was a $45 billion program that included $33.2 billion just for transportation. And because of the governor's leadership, vision, and the backing of the General Assembly, Rebuild Illinois has been a game changer. So how much has that been a game changer? Well, consider this. It's not just the largest capital program in state history, but it's the only one that touched every mode of transportation. In the past, we've done a lot of investment in highways. This one, our ports, bike and pedestrian facilities, airports, transit, roads, bridges, and yes, our passenger and commuter rail systems. We've put $4.5 billion just into transit systems under this program. This is more money than the state of Illinois had spent in the last 50 years, going back to 1968 on transit. That's how transformative this is. And for the first time as a state, we now have a dedicated source of funding just for transit, included from our motor fuel tax, that helps guarantee more projects like this can be realized. This Metra Station will ensure community residents will have a safe, reliable, accessible option to get to where they need to go today and in the future. The future is bright. We know investing in this infrastructure is followed by more investment. We know this in all the surrounding neighborhoods that we make these investments in the communities. And I have no doubt that that's going to happen here. I wish to express my thanks to Metra. And I know this project's a long time coming, 30 years before we touched it up. But it's amazing. Well worth it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you to IDOT for being here. Jason for doing a great job on behalf of the Secretary. At this time, I want to bring on one of our cheerleaders here again, our chairman of the RTA, Kirk Dillard, Regional Transportation Authority Chair.
Thanks, Janice, very much. Thank you, Janice. The reason Janice and Romaine wear gym shoes is because they run miles and do so much heavy lifting for the riders of Metra and are greatly, greatly appreciated. It's great to be here with Representative Davis and my former colleague, Senator Harris, from the State Senate. Two amazing elected officials. And I don't say that because they're sitting here. I say it because they are great officials in Springfield. Congressman Kelly, what a pleasure it is. You and I served in Springfield for a little while. You're a great, great, great congresswoman, and you actually have the best shoes here today. So thank you. It's great to be back here again in Harvey. I've been down here several times in the last year or two. Mayor Clark drove up to Arlington Heights to be a very important part of the RTA's Suburban Transportation Summit last week, and there is no better spokesman, cheerleader for the south suburbs, but let alone Harvey, than Mayor Clark, and you're very, very much appreciated. As both Representative Davis said and Senator Harris, we need operations money so that the riders who are going to have this wonderful station now to use will get back on Metra. like the old days, Napoleon, when this place was packed. But we need operations funding so that we can provide for the riders of Metra the kind of service, reliable, safe service that they need. And I'm confident that the legislature will help us find that solution along with our friends in Congress. But we need operations money so that we can now give our riders this great experience that's behind us. I was talking to IDOT just a second ago, who I was sitting next to, and I said, this is very Europeanish in looks. And the IDOT gentleman said, no, this is better than Europe. Europe would never have a facility this nice out of a central city, the central business district, and this is better than anything that you're going to see in Europe. So to the south suburbs, enjoy this. Fill up these seats once again. I'm a regular rider of Metra and have been for more than 30 years, and I sure wish I had this station in my backyard. So congratulations and thank you to everybody that's here. It takes a village to do this. And to the employees of Metra, from Jim Derwinski on down, you do a great job every day under very, very, very trying and difficult circumstances. So congratulations, everybody, and get on board.
Thank you, Chairman Dillard. Last but certainly not least, I would like to bring up Jennifer Siskillen, Superintendent, Cook County Department of Transportation and Highways. Give her a hand as she comes.
All right, thank you, Janice. I'm very grateful to be here today to celebrate the completion of this beautiful 147th and Sibley Boulevard Metra Electric District Station today. It's exciting to see more transportation investments here in South Cook, an area where President Preckwinkle's administration and my Department of Transportation and Highways has prioritized equitable transportation investments. I've often spoken about the success we've accomplished with the Fair Transit South Cook pilot, which was an innovative pilot with Metra to provide reduced fares for Metra Rock Island and the Metra electric lines. This partnership has continued and evolved now with the Access program, where eligible passengers can get a reduced fare on any Metra line. This effort is funded by Cook County in part and also in partnership with the RTA and Metra as a continued part of our transit equity work. Similarly, the station we stand here in front of today is a product of partnerships. Through the Invest in Cook grant program, Cook County had contributed $600,000 toward the construction of this project. It is one of 6 similar Metra Station rehabilitation projects that we heard about here today that we are proud to partner on across Cook County. It exemplifies the principles of our program, maintaining and modernizing what already exists while increasing investments in transportation. Through these station improvement efforts, we're also seeing many of the recommendations of the Cook County Transit Plan take shape. Things like ADA accessibility improvements at stations, pedestrian improvements in and around transit, new passenger amenities, facilitating better intermodal connectivity between buses, trains, cycling, and other mobility options. We know we'll be back to celebrate another project just a little further south of here very soon. I'd like to commend Metra for their leadership in modernizing our region's public transportation network and like to thank Executive Director Jim Derwinski, Chair Romaine Brown, and your entire team for your continued efforts in bolstering mobility options throughout Cook County and throughout the entire region. Our transit system grows stronger when it becomes more accessible and connected, and the 147th Street Station we celebrate today brings modern amenities to the residents of Harvey and to its neighboring communities. Thank you.
Now let's give a big round of applause for all of the speakers. This is the way you champion and celebrate something great like this. At this moment, I'm going to bring back up Jim Derwinski. And for those that don't work with Jim on a day-to-day basis, I'll just say he's a very passionate leader, very detail-oriented, sometimes too much details in the weeds. But that's because he cares about things and making sure that we're thinking about things that you may not think about. And the reason I'm bringing him back up, he's going to give an awesome shout-out to our employees that you see standing around. But before he do that, where's Noe? I want to call out Noe. Noe is our community relations representative for the South Suburbs. And every time we have one of these events, whether it's a groundbreaking or a ribbon cutting, it's always awesome. So Noe, any little detail you may have missed, don't worry about that. I'm happy. Everyone is happy. You've done an awesome job. And please give Noe a hand. Wave your hand over there, Noe. Keep up the good work. Jim, And Jim's going to take it away, and he's going to also direct us for the ribbon cutting once he's finished.
In case you were wondering what I was going to do. So I want to, again, point out that it's a big team effort. Many stakeholders, obviously, but inside Metra, just to put today together and all the work they've done, our capital delivery team, our engineering department, our police department, our mechanical department, our communication department, safety department, DBE department, media department, marketing department, transportation department, facilities department, and I'm sure I may have missed one. You might think that there's just a bunch of departments, but really at the end of the day, it is just a complete team effort, and it is looking at those details that Janice talked about. I also want to recognize with all our departments that got this done, IHC, our construction partner in this, and our design firms as well. So real quick, on Saturday, if you're interested, come on over to the parking lot on the other side of the railroad tracks. We're going to be doing a fall festival and block party sponsored by a grant that the RTA gave us for opening up a new station. So it's going to be from 12 to 3 o'clock. If you're interested, like I said, right on the other side of the tracks here. And in a couple weeks, almost a month, you're going to see something go down these tracks that you haven't seen in almost 11 months, and that's our holiday train. This will be the third year we're running our holiday trains, and we're going to be doing special events. The beautiful, when we take a train out and it's all-encompassing characters on the train, not just running in revenue service. We've got 2 dates selected here from Metro Electric on November 30th and December 21st. So if you're interested in that, that'll all be on our website. I'm looking forward to the holiday trains making their third year debut and seeing the beautiful colors go up and down the lines. And again, Chairman Brown, thank you very much for pushing us in that direction. Every year, I plan to make it better so that when you look up here and you can say, I remember when that was just one little car or one little train. So with that, let's get everybody up. Let's go cut a ribbon.
We just received a last-minute request.
Last-minute request.
So the FTA would like to also have something to say. They're also one of our funding partners. So I believe it's Daryl. Okay. Have me say it? Oh, okay. No, you say it. You say it better.
Okay, so on behalf of our regional administrator, Kelly Brooks, and she's not here to represent us today, and my colleagues, Lisa Joyner and Jonathan Dixon, we want to give a big shout-out to Metra, all the hard work that you're doing, the great work that you're doing. We respect what you do, and we appreciate you very much. And I've heard a lot of people talk about ridership being increased, but more importantly, with the projects that Metra doing, we're reducing traffic. You guys are reducing traffic, and you're improving the environment by increasing ridership throughout public transportation. So once again, I want to take this opportunity to thank you guys very, very much. And one other person I do want to acknowledge at this time, there's a young lady named Beverly Williford, my high school teammate, and she was my mentor in the transportation department at Chicago Transit Authority. So thank you very much, everyone. Great job.